I've been asked to make a tutorial on how to use Mirror with Visual Scripting. And also some of you asked if it's actually possible to use Mirror with Visual Scripting. And this is exactly what I'm going to try to cover in this video. So you can find Mirror in Unity Asset Store. It's a networking solution that you can use to create your multiplayer game. And there's lots of examples of games that were created with Mirror right here. And also some Unity assets that were created with Mirror. So for instance, this MMORPG engine was created with Mirror. And right here, they say that you can scale it up to 500 to 1000 users. So that's pretty good. And now let's see if we can use Mirror with Visual Scripting. So I have created tutorials of how to create multiplayer with Visual Scripting, but for that I've used PhotonPun, and there is a reason why I went with this solution instead of Mirror. And let me try to explain. So for the tutorial that I created, there's some C# files that I had to create. So mainly for the event listeners, when you have connected to the server, that was one of the C# files that I had to create. And also if you wanted to use RPC, so if you want to send data over the network to the client or to the server, you have to use RPC. And for that, I also had to use a C# file to make a workaround. So that information is available in the tutorial. And I'll link that tutorial at the end of this video if you're interested in that. But for Mirror, if we go to the Getting Started page, right here we have a sample of code that they have. And this is the base that you have to use for the game object that you want to use Mirror on. And one thing to note is that it's actually using network behavior instead of the mono behavior that Unity uses. So network behavior is actually something that is in the Mirror library. And in there you can see that they have some attributes. So server, client, command, client RPC, target RPC, and sync variable. So some attributes that you can use to make that work. So for RPC, we can make a workaround just like we did for PhotonPun, create C# files that will handle that. But there's more properties in network behavior. So is server, is client, and all of these properties. Also, you have network callbacks that are inside of the network behavior. And all of that will require to be converted to Visual Scripting. So with all of these conversions that you'll have to do, I think using Mirror with Visual Scripting actually makes it more complicated than just by using C#. So hopefully this answers the questions that you had, and I'm planning to make more videos on multiplayer. So if you have any more questions, be sure to ask him in the comments.